Hi everybody. This is going to be my last video in our video series to help with activity 42. In today's video, I'm going to be helping you with writing a summary, which is the last thing that you need to do to finish activity 42. So what I have on my screen, this is the part where you're going to write your summary. And if you look, it says the summary should have 3 to 5 sentences explaining your reading. And if you forgot what this means, this is that strategy called IVF. I stands for identify what you read. V stands for the verb, the action word. What did this reading do for you? And the F is finish your thought. Finish your topic sentence because that is what this strategy is helping you to write. So I actually already have it here for you, but we're going to go through how I wrote the beginning of my topic sentence. So I'm going to switch to my IVF handout, which I'm going to repost in Google Classroom. The I, again, stands for identify. So you're identifying what you read. So in this case, if I scroll up to the top of activity 42, you can see this is an article. So you read a science article, and the title of that article is called A Closer Look. So when I'm going to identify what I read, the best way to do that is to identify the name of the article and say that it's an article. So if you look at what I typed, I'm going to scroll back down to my summary. I said, the article, A Closer Look. I just identified what we read. So this is the name of the article, A Closer Look, and this is what that reading was. It's not a book. It's not a magazine. It's not a website. It's an article. So we've identified what we read, and now we need to find that action word. So if I go back to my list, this is my handout. Look at we've got all these verbs to pick from. So we only need to pick one, and some of these verbs don't really make sense. I don't think this article blamed anybody. This article probably didn't offend anyone, but this article explained something. So for this, I would say you could use the word explains because it's telling us about something. So in my summary, I use the action word, I use the verb explains. So I just have, now this is part of my topic sentence. The article, A Closer Look, explains. Now this is the tricky part. I have to write what my reading was about. What did this article explain or tell me about? This is where you're going to have to scroll back up and really look in the notes. That's why it's important that you are taking notes. That's why in our Zoom meetings, I've been saying make sure you're typing these things on the side. And that's why I made those videos, because I want to make sure you have some notes, because these were the main ideas. These were the important ideas that I wanted you to pull out of the reading. So one of the first main ideas that I put down was most cells have common parts or structures. That's a really important idea because if you look, when we scroll down, most of this article is about the parts of a cell or the structures inside of a cell. So when I go down to my summary, I'm going to finish my thought. I'm going to finish this topic sentence. The article, A Closer Look, explains how cells are made up of common parts or structures. Okay, so I just finished my topic sentence. And if I scroll back up, I need to add, if you look here, it says I need to have 3 to 5 sentences. This is just one sentence. This is just my topic sentence. Now I need to add some supporting sentences. Well, where am I going to get those supporting ideas? Let's scroll back up. Oh, look, I have all these notes here. Now, I don't need to use every single note because that would make my paragraph like probably 9 sentences long, but I'm going to make a sentence or two out of some of these notes I took. I took notes on parts of a cell like cell membrane. I took notes on what cytoplasm is. I took notes on what a nucleus is. So those are some things I could put in my summary down here. I'm going to probably want to put one of my sentences about how plant cells have certain parts that animal cells do not. That would be an important note to add. So again, if I scroll down, now I'm working on my supporting sentences. So I could say things like these parts, again, or structures, because you're going to hear that word, include cytoplasm and a cell membrane. So I just gave 2 examples. I'm probably going to want to talk about some of those parts of a plant cell. Plant cells have some parts that animal cells do not. And again, you might want to put the word structures next to parts because that's another word for parts that you're probably going to see on a science test. And then I would continue my sentences by talking about the parts of a plant cell. So again, you're going to want to look up at your notes and turn this into a sentence down here in your supporting sentences. And that's going to help to support your summary paragraph. So I hope this video helps you when you go to write your summary.